Back out here at Jake's Furnishings, located at 1100 Woodlawn Road in Lincoln. Open 7 days a week. Phone 735-1212 or go online to jakesfurnishings.com. Jake, drove by here the other day and it looked like you're having a party.
Yeah, that's what we're all about here at Jake's Furnishings. We put the big sales flyers up, and it is a party at Jake's Furnishings.
Packed house today. What's going on? What was everybody out here at Jake's for?
You know what? We've got some really nice deals on recliners and our mattresses and whatnot, but we're doing some group package things that are pretty cool. We're doing a sofa love seat combination. Pick your coffee table and end table sets, meaning you get a choice of like 5 different sofa sets you could choose from, with a combination of 5 different coffee table and end table sets, all for $9.98.
Okay.
Also, we're throwing in a pair of lamps for only $98, normally $150 value, or a rug that's normally $150 value for $98.
So if the man has not gotten his significant other, wife, girlfriend,
we've got these pre-designed packages that are really attractive looking. One right here in front of us is one of them. I mean, it's a good-looking set. Yeah. We coordinated the lamps with the rug with the tables, and it all looks good together. And we put it all in one good package for you.
And you can bring it out.
Oh yeah, we do free delivery, free setup, free haul of the old stuff. We make your life as easy as possible on the Christmas season.
That's right. What could a guy ask for more? Hasn't gotten his wife or girlfriend anything for Christmas yet. Hey, what's wrong with the new bedroom set, a new living room set?
She's at work.
You're at work. Hey, we'll bring it.
We deliver it. We set it up. She comes home, and it's like a new palace for your love. No.
Can't beat that here at Jake's Furnishings. Jake, give us your hours and phone number. And is there any times off Christmas that you're going to be not in the store?
Well, through the week, of course, we're still 10 to 6. Saturdays 9 to 5. Sundays noon to 4. Of course, for Christmas, we're going to be closed.
Oh, you are?
We are going to be closed Christmas Day. My late rounds of being Santa are going to make me tired.
Conflict.
But Christmas Eve, we will have shortened hours. My delivery guys are booked solid for deliveries, so we're going to get those knocked out. As soon as we can get those knocked out, to be honest, I plan on getting out of here and spending as much time with my family as possible.
Good idea. Jake, I want to go through the scoreboard for the high school basketball, of course, in the Central State 8 and a lot of our local area teams. Last night, Sacred Heart Griffin was a winner over Rochester, 47-38. Sacred Heart Griffin improves to 3-2, 2-1 in the Central State 8. Rochester drops to 1-3, 1-2 in the conference. Lincoln, of course, a loser last night on the road at Jacksonville. That was 38-36, and the Railers drop another one for their, I believe, 5th straight. And we need to definitely, as we just got off with Coach, a big win tonight. But Glenwood was a winner over Southeast, 69-61. I think that's the first time Glenwood has beat Southeast since 2003. But as you know, Glenwood has that talented sophomore, Peyton Allen. He had 23 points, and their other talented sophomore, who's 6'6", a transfer in, had 15 points, and Daniel Helm. They're 8-1, 2-0 in the Central State 8. Southeast falls to 3-4, 1-2 in the conference. And again, Lanphier 67, Taylorville 34. Lanphier 8-0, 3-0 in the Central State 8. Their talented sophomore, Larry Austin Jr., had 13 points. They're very balanced, very quick. They went in and beat number 1 in the state, Peoria Manual, last weekend, I think it is. Went up to Peoria and beat them. I mean, this is
Glenwood coming
a good
up,
team. Yeah, that'll be a really good game, I think.
Like
Lanphier and Glenwood. Of course, Taylorville falls to 0-8, 0-3 in the conference. Jack Folk had 11 points. And maybe some things to look at. Taylorville 0 of 8 from 3, and 38 turnovers for the Tornadoes last night against Lanphier. Mount Pulaski lost to Auburn last night, 54-45. The Hilltoppers dropped to 3-7 overall. Scott Clampett, though, had an excellent game, 27 points. He was the only Hilltopper in double figures, so 27 points for Scott Lampett as the Hilltoppers fall to Auburn 54-45. And Illini Central wins 64-47 over Lewistown. They had 4 guys in double figures, Jared Entwistle with 16, Justin Onken with 13, Jared Bradshaw with 11, and Duncan McClure with 10. Illini Central now 3-4 on the season, as every team probably pretty much done until the holiday tournament.
Yep, around the corner.
Yeah, it is, and we'll get ready. Of course, you can catch all those Collinsville games on WLCN 96.3 FM and WLCNonline.com. We'll be down there for the 3 days of the action, Jake, but let's turn, as we got into it a little bit, Illini volleyball real quick again, playing in the national championship tonight against UCLA. That game will be, I'm sure, televised. It was on ESPN2 the other night, and I'm looking.
I think it's supposed to be on ESPN. I believe.
ESPN again tonight. You got a time for that, Jake?
I do not. I apologize.
And that game the other night, Illinois features a 6'6" freshman. I believe her name is McMinn, and when she hits it down, it's straight down.
It's straight down. Yeah. No, 7:30 p.m. game tonight on ESPN2.
So TiVo it, or whatever you do.
Well, I tell you what a fun sport.
I loved it. I enjoyed it. I haven't seen a college volleyball game. I haven't seen a volleyball game probably since I got out of high school.
Yeah.
But USC had probably what they're calling as the player of the year in college volleyball. And she was awesome. Illinois was awesome. And Illinois is ranked third in the nation. UCLA, I believe, is ranked ninth. So, it's going to be a good game. First time Illinois has ever been in the national championship. And, kind of nice for –
and kind of going in as the favorites.
Yeah, and I think it's nice. Of course, Illinois, basketball gets the recognition. Football, the big programs, the big sports at each school. And now, Illinois tennis is very good. Their wrestling is always good, and now their volleyball is in the national championship.
Absolutely. It's kind of fun just to have your team in a game like this. And it's to be honest, if any of you people turn in to check this out, it is very easy to watch. Mm-hmm. It's not one of those sports that if you don't know what's going on, you're not going to figure it out. You see a block, it's a big deal. You see a big kill, it's a big deal. And it happens quick. You know, it's a very fast-paced sport.
Yeah, and like Jake said, it's very, very fun to watch. So that's 7:30. So after you get home from the Railer game, you can turn in, and hopefully the Illini bring in a national championship.
Absolutely, yeah.
And then Illinois basketball, UNLV comes to the United Center, I believe. The game is at the United Center, and that's a 4 o'clock start.
This will be a tougher game than what we faced the UNLV last spring in March Madness. This is definitely going to be a totally different ball club. UNLV last year, to be honest, was favored heavily in that game. And however it happened, Lon Kruger got out-coached by Bruce Weber.
Right.
That's not going to happen
quite
like that.
And Kruger has since left. He has moved to, I forget what school he's at, maybe Texas A&M or somebody down, I think, in the Big 12. But as you remember, a couple of weeks ago, UNLV knocked off number 1 North Carolina. And then I saw them play against, I believe it was Kansas, and no, not Kansas, Wisconsin. They played Wisconsin at Wisconsin. And the thing you've got to do against UNLV is slow them down. They're a run and gun. They're trying to bring back that old Larry Johnson running Rebels. And they did it against UNC because UNC let them do it. Now, Wisconsin did not let them do it, and they didn't look near as good. So a big key for the Illini to stop the running Rebels, if you want to call it that. And that's the way, Illinois right now, as far as the experts say, is a 1-point favorite. So basically that tells me
it's even.
It's even.
Yeah.
We'll
have a nice crowd at the United Center, which will definitely help. We've got some good players. They've actually jumped out a little quicker than what I thought they would have this year, being undefeated at this point. They've had a couple tough games where they had to win it down the stretch, and they pulled it out. So it's kind of fun to watch.
Well, and that, as you said, the United Center's kind of been a home court away from Champaign for the Illini. They love playing there. Of course, a lot of alumni live in the Chicagoland area, or it's not a far drive. And a lot of fans can fit in the United Center. So it'll be a good atmosphere, a game that Illinois needs, because I think we've had quite a few of those cupcakes lately. The guys had some cupcakes. Now they get away from finals. Finals are over, and they can kind of concentrate here in the next couple of weeks, almost a month, on just basketball. No classes.
And you got Big Ten right around the corner, kind of like our Christmas tournaments here. Big Ten starts up right away, and it will be definitely an interesting Big Ten season. Yeah, and right now, very balanced scoring for the Illini. Myers, Leonard. It looks like DJ Richardson actually leading the way at 13, almost 14 points a game. Myers Leonard at 13.4 with 7.2 rebounds. Tyler Griffey at 7 points a game. Sam Maniscalco, the point guard, the transfer from Bradley, at 12 points a game, and Brandon Paul at 10. So very balanced. The Illini want to kind of push the ball themselves. Bruce Weber's kind of brought up a full court press, and it's a little bit different than what you've seen in the past of the the Illini, because we've had those bigger guys that can't press, and it's nice to get guys like Beltran or Bertrand, off the bench, Crandall Head,
Right.
And Tracy Abrams. I really like those guys. You know, they're high energy. The crowd likes them. They're not the guys you want out there because they're going to make mistakes. You don't want them overexposed, but they can put in a few quality minutes and get you a couple steals or whatnot, maybe a dunk or something, you know, to get you motivated. And the team's playing really well right now.
Sure.
The big turning point for them is that Maniscalco. Man, he's made a huge difference for them so far.
Proven leader, and that's exactly what they needed. And I hope they can learn from this guy, Sam Maniscalco, because, of course, he's a senior and only has this year left, but they need to learn him. Illinois 32-10 all-time in the United Center. That's a pretty good record.
Yeah.
Illinois,
you know who? Brandon Poles really stepped up, too, this year, which I was really surprised about because he had a rough year last year. I don't know if he was trying to figure out what his identity was with the team or whatnot, but it was really rough last year, and this year he's really stepped up big.
Illinois defeated UNLV 73-62 last year in the opening round of the NCAA tournament. Now Dave Rice is their coach at UNLV after Lon Kruger left last year for Oklahoma. That's the team I was looking for, Oklahoma. UNLV defeated number 1 UNC, as we talked about, 90-80 in the Las Vegas Invitational game, the championship of that tournament. Then UNLV went on in the past. Since then, they've lost to Wichita State, who is a very good team, 89-70, and then they lost to Wisconsin, 62-51 at Madison. And kind of a little. If you want to watch the game, it's a guy that had some family ties to Lincoln. Kendall Wallace, it plays for UNLV. Of course, his dad is Jeff Wallace, and then Jeff Wallace's dad, of course, is Lauren Wallace, who was at Lincoln, was at Quincy, Nokomis, Bloomington High School, a 683 basketball wins in the state of Illinois. One of the all-time greats in Illinois basketball. Well, Kendall Wallace plays for UNLV. He grew up in Springfield. Jeff Wallace was coaching Sacred Heart Griffin for a while, or Chatham Glenwood. And so there's kind of a little connection with Lincoln and Central State 8 basketball now that Kendall Wallace is playing for UNLV. So another kind of thing. And he did play against Wisconsin. He came in, and I know he made 1 3 I saw. So I was kind of looking for that also. Jake, we're going to take a quick commercial break and be back with maybe your little prediction on Illinois bowl game. They did get invited. We figured out why yet, maybe because of the contingency that will follow them. But we're going to take a break out here at Jake's Furnishings. We got about 10 minutes left here before we got to let you go. You're in the Cheap Seats, 96.3 FM and WLCN online.com. Back out here at Jake's Furnishings, located 1100 Woodlawn Road in Lincoln, open 7 days a week. Phone 735-1212 or go online to jakesfurnishings.com. Josh Komnick, the furniture guy, Jake Johnston.
It looks like we might have a special guest coming on.
Really? Let's see him. Jake, we got bowl season coming up. Are you traveling out to San Francisco for the bowl game?
I'll turn the TV on.
For the Fight Hunger Bowl.
Oh, yeah.
AT&T Park, San Francisco, Illinois. Takes on the Bruins from UCLA. The Illinois right now an opening 2-point favorite over.
Which is amazing.
Yeah, UCLA must be bad. That Pac-12 is not very good. Bar from Stanford and and Oregon. There's not a lot of good teams in the Pac-12. I don't know what happened. Why they're not.
State, they fell off too.
Yeah, after we beat them, there's just. And being pretty much a home game for UCLA, they got a little bit to travel, but not very far.
San Francisco's a ways.
Yeah, but it's not like it's in Illinois. I mean, there's going to should be a lot more UCLA people there, unless you just want to celebrate the New Year in San Fran, which you got to think wouldn't be a bad place. But I'm just saying, what are your chances? Komnick, the defensive coordinator, has since said now that we've got Tim Beckman in the house.
Yep.
He's not actually here at Jake's, but he's in Champaign being the coach. He's not going to coach. Komnick is going to coach the game. Do you like that? I'm a little – I don't know why. I don't like that. I mean, he has announced he's going to leave.
Yep.
So the players are mad anyways. They don't care about this guy. He's going to North Carolina or somewhere else, I think. He's not going to be on the staff next year. I know Beckman doesn't have a lot of know what's going on, but why can't he wait and announce it till after the bowl game? I mean, it's only a couple weeks.
Yeah, I'm not disagreeing. I was kind of wondering the same thing. I believe he was going to leave no matter what.
Yeah, what's the difference?
To be honest, I mentioned it to you on the break. I think he was going to leave even if Zook would have stuck around.
Right.
What's the advantage of announcing it that early?
I can understand if the school that he wanted to go to or was interested in had offered him a position and he needs to take it now, and if he says maybe, they'll go find somebody else. But if they haven't signed it, if he hasn't been offered anything or has not accepted, why do you have to do it now?
Yeah, I mean, all you're going to do is make it a little less intense for the players, I guess.
And he probably doesn't care.
To be honest, you win a bowl game, that brings some pretty good money, not only to you but your conference.
Right.
And the Illini really do need a victory in this game.
And I'm not saying that he won't care, but in the back of his mind, he's saying, well, I'm really not going to be back here. I'm going to be at so-and-so school. I care about my players because I've recruited them. I've gotten to know them. I've got a good relationship with them. But, again, I'm not going to be here next year. And I'm mad. I wanted to be here because I think he did want to be here ultimately.
I think he wanted to be the head coach.
But yes, I think he wanted to be the head coach and the defensive coordinator. How do you let this guy go, though? I mean, I don't think they gave a lot for him. Offered him even more. They had the 7th-ranked defense in the nation. We had the Player of the Year on defense, Merciless. Mm-hmm. You got to find a way to keep this guy.
I'm not going to disagree, but if a guy's made up his mind, you don't want to keep a guy around that's going to be a detriment to your team. And to be honest, you and I were talking about. You're right. He was. He to be honest, he had a great defense this year. I really thought
kept us in most games when our offense wouldn't score.
Wouldn't score a thing when the only call we could make offensively is run the ball up the middle. I mean,
because we weren't passing.
Because we weren't. No. That's exactly it. How could you let him go? He may have just said, basically, if you're not going to hire me as the head coach, I'm not going to be here. And I believe that's probably what happened.
Well, it could have, and now we lose Petrino, which I thought would have been the mastermind behind the offense, which was reeling at one point. We were scoring points, we were passing the ball, we were running the ball. Skillhouse was all over the place, as we thought he would be, and then all of a sudden it just hit a roadblock after that Ohio State game, I think, and we just looked bad. So Petrino's gone. I hear he's going to Arkansas now, which is, I believe, his brother or his dad that coaches. His dad coaches Arkansas as the head coach, so you figured he'd probably be able to get a job there. But, Beckman comes in. He's going to be coming in with some new guys.
I like this guy. I'm not going to lie. I like his fire. I like the fact that he took a program that was in the gutter because of recruiting violations and whatnot and actually made them a team that contended every week. He did a very nice job recruiting with the fact that they were going nowhere every year because of the violations. So, I like this guy a lot. I think he can do a lot for Illinois, and to be honest, I like this hire back better than when Zook was hired.
I like him because he's from Ohio. There's a lot of football talent in Ohio, and I think he can get some guys to come away from Ohio and come to Illinois. But I'm worried that he's been at a smaller school. Can he recruit the 3- and 4-star guys that we need and to compete at the Big Ten level? I'm a little worried about that. Has he been able to take the scrutiny of a big-time program? He goes from $300,000 or $400,000 a year to 1.4. There's a lot more on the line now than it was.
The thing I like about this guy is he has fire. He's up front, more so than what Zook was. Zook was a good recruiter, but that was about it. With this guy, you're getting a little bit more. We'll see on the recruiting end of it. That's the big question mark with every head coach you bring into a program, to be honest. But as the teaching aspect of it and a guy that is stand-up, maybe we won't have as many gunfights as well. I'm really liking this guy better than Zook.
Well, it's got to be a positive. And I'm not going to say I didn't like Zook. I loved his recruiting. I love getting the big-time guys. I don't know why. Because it hasn't paid out for us to having them. But
that's because he wasn't a coach.
Well, I understand. Hey, before we go, Jake, Dale, how do you say it? Finn?
Schwim?
The new Cubs manager?
Is he? Oh.
Swain
Shavivi
has now hired your ex-first base coach.
Yeah. Good hire. That it really is.
Dave McKay. Mm-hmm. He's going to be the first base coach for the Cubs now.
I actually talked to him in spring training a couple years back.
About couches, or?
If he would have wanted a couch, I would have delivered it to St. Louis. I'm not going to lie. But no, we were talking about that off the air. What a great job.
Yeah.
First base coach.
I don't think you could get any better.
I really, you don't have really any pressure.
Go hit fun.
You have to yell back a lot.
Right.
which I like doing that anyways.
If you can read the lefty
Just
pickoff
randomly.
move, which I've never was good at, you can be
at that.
Really.
Oh,
Well, see, you're set up for it.
yeah.
I know you can hit fungos. I've seen you swing a softball bat.
I can hit a fungo or two. Maybe a little hard, but they might kick me out because I put one of the best players on the bench with a broken eye socket. Good.
But yeah, great job, and I like him too. Obviously he's done well with the Cardinals, so anybody we can pick up with experience. It sounds like the Cubs have filled their roster as far as a coaching staff.
Yeah,
now
they got to bring Prince Fielder in.
Sounds like they're the front runner. I read an article the other day that says that the Fielder is for the Cubs to lose.
The only thing that I can see that's going against them, if somebody offers them a similar contract, I think he's going somewhere else, is the fact that he does not like playing during the day. And he has stated that
he likes to go out
multiple times. I'm thinking he likes to go out after the game at night, and there's a lot of day games at Chicago.
You're right. That could be a bad scenario. Yeah, the Cubs only want to give him 7 years, I think. If he gets 10, he's probably, like you say, he's probably going to.
Could you imagine? But he's younger than Pujols, so, I like that. But you can't play DH in the National League.
No, but I don't like it. I don't want to spend all that money on him. We need a lot more players than just Prince Fielder.
You guys do need a few players. The Cardinals have done a nice job filling out their roster. They've been actually pretty busy.
Just signed J.C. Romero.
Re-signed Skip Schumacher to a very club-friendly contract.
Yeah, I was going to say, that's quite a bit of money for that guy, wasn't it?
$3 million for 2 years, $1.5 million per. That's a bargain if you're asking me. I mean, he bats 300.
I thought it was more than that.
No, it's $1.5 million per year, which was actually less than they paid him last year.
I'd take that. No doubt with that.
Especially a guy that didn't play utility outfield, infield, kind of replaced Nick Punto. Basically, is what they did with him. And now they're still looking to do some upgrading. And money left over for the season. So.
Jake, you got customers coming in. An hour's up for us, and we'll be taking a few weeks off for the holidays. So you enjoy it.
Oh, man, we're out of time, aren't we?
Yeah, you enjoy it.
Hey, real quick, big shout-out to Josh from Anytime Fitness. Man, I appreciate you stopping in here. Unfortunately, we are out of time, but thank you for stopping in.
And we also want to thank everybody for a great year. A special thanks to all our fine sponsors, and, of course, you, the listeners. That's what keeps us going and enjoying sports, and Jake and I get to have a good time talking about not only local sports but a little Illini, of course, the Cardinals, Cubs, Bears, all that kind of stuff.
It's always fun, man.
We enjoy it. So everybody have a good holiday, and we'll see you back Saturday, January 7th, 2012, and hopefully we'll come back with some regular W's. That's going to do it for
Christmas.
Everybody, Merry Christmas, Happy New Year for the Furniture Guy, Jake Johnston, Josh Komnick, WLCN 96.3, and WLCNonline.com.